I just watched Porco Rosso for the first time, and my immediate thought at the start of the movie was, man, Porco Rosso might be the coolest character ever. He's suave and charismatic. He does what he wants, when he wants. To kids, he's a celebrity. To women, he's the man of their dreams, envied by other men, feared by pirates. I mean, he's a pig who flies planes. He is hands down one of the coolest Studio Ghibli characters ever created. But he's also one of the saddest, because the longer the movie goes on and the more we learn about Porco, the more we realize although on the outside, it looks like he has everything figured out, on the inside, he's miserable. And when you look at Porco through that lens, the whole movie starts to feel different, because Porco doesn't just act like someone who enjoys being alone, he acts like someone who has convinced himself he deserves to be. The beach, the flying, the freedom, the attitude, it all starts to feel less like a dream life and more like a way to avoid dealing with his past. And that's when you realize the pig isn't just a fun character design, it's a mask. Early in the movie, Gina tells us that a witch is the one who turned Porco into a pig, and she wonders if there's a way to break the curse. But as the movie goes on, you start to realize maybe this curse wasn't made by a witch. Maybe it was self-imposed. Maybe Porco was the one who put this curse on himself. Porco is a World War I veteran, a pilot who watched allies and enemies alike fall from the sky one by one, while he was the only one who survived. And while most of us would feel like the luckiest person in the world to be alive, Porco doesn't feel lucky at all. He feels guilty. Guilty that he lived. Guilty that they didn't. And over time, that guilt turns into something even heavier. The belief that he doesn't deserve to be here at all. That he doesn't deserve to be human. And you can hear that pain in the way he tells this story later to Fio. He says that after watching all his allies go down, he was sure he was next. But instead, he found himself flying on a cloud. And one by one, the planes that were shot down begin rising up around him. He sees his best friend, who just got married to Gina the day before, and without hesitation, Porco offers to take his place. But his friend, along with all the others, keep rising. And Porco wakes up, floating on the sea, alive and alone. Fio tells him that maybe, hey, this was God's way of saying it wasn't your time. But Porco rejects that completely. He says it was God's way of telling him he has to keep flying alone forever. And then he says the line that shows us exactly how he sees himself. The good ones are all dead. In Porco's mind, the people who deserve to live didn't. The brave ones, the honorable ones, the good ones. And somehow, he's still here, which means to him that he must not be one of them. And once you understand that, Porco's entire lifestyle starts to make a lot more sense. Why he lives alone. Why he keeps everyone at a distance. Porco doesn't live like this because he loves being alone. He lives like this because it's easier than letting anyone get close enough to see how he truly feels. The sarcasm, the charm, the swagger. It's not confidence. It's a wall he puts up to protect himself. Because if nobody gets too close, nobody will see how he truly sees himself. The film gives us visual proof of how Porco sees himself in an old photo that Gina keeps. Porco has crossed his own face out. Nobody else, just himself. And that's when the pig stops feeling like a quirky character design and starts to feel like exactly how Porco sees himself. Not as a hero, not as a man, but as something lesser. Something that survived when it shouldn't have. And this is where Fio becomes so important to the story. Because Fio is the first person Porco lets in. Not because he wants to, but because she refuses to see him the way he sees himself. She doesn't see a pig, she just sees a pilot. And slowly Porco starts opening up to her. He lets her redesign his plane. He listens to her, trusts her. A man who kept everyone at a distance finally lets someone into the one place he's always kept to himself, the sky. And then he does something that's even more telling. He tells her the story he's clearly been carrying by himself for years. Because for the first time, Porco isn't just talking to someone, he's opening up. And the more time he spends around Fio, the more you start to notice something subtle. Porco stops living just for himself. He starts protecting her, looking out for her, putting her first. And without realizing it, he's doing the one thing that begins to break the curse he put on himself. He's caring about someone else more than he cares about his guilt. By the time we get to the final fight with Curtis, something about Porco feels different. This time, he's not fighting for himself. He's fighting for Fio. And after having a stalemate in the sky, they take the fight to the ground. And now it's not just any fight, it's a full-on fist fight. In this moment, Porco isn't a beloved pilot. He isn't a famous bounty hunter. He isn't a pig. He's just a man showing up for someone else. And that's when the curse finally breaks. Not because of magic, but because Porco is no longer living just for himself. At the end of the film, we're told that Porco may have turned back into a human. That Gina may or may not have won her bet to be with Marco. And the movie never shows us this directly, because it doesn't have to. Porco Rosso is so much more than a fun kids movie about a pig who flies planes. It's a story about a man who hated himself so much, he stopped believing he deserved to be human. And only found peace when he stopped living for himself and started caring about someone else. Porco Rosso starts by showing us a man who looks like he has life completely figured out. Free, confident, untouchable. But by the end, we realize that none of that was freedom at all. It was a man hiding from himself. And the reason Porco is able to become human again isn't because he wins a fight, or breaks a spell, or gets a kiss at the end. It's because he finally stops trying to live alone. He lets someone in. He chooses to care. And in doing so, he slowly becomes the person he thought he no longer deserved to be. I just want to say thank you to everyone who commented on my other Studio Ghibli videos recommending me to watch Porco Rosso. I absolutely adored this film and had so much fun watching. One small thing I couldn't really add in the video is how amazing the music is throughout the movie. It's so good. This scene where Gina's telling Curtis about her bet on Marco is 10 out of 10. It's just beautiful, and the music is phenomenal. I love this movie, and I was surprised by how much I loved it. If you haven't seen this movie yet, please go give it a watch. That's it from me, guys. If you made it this far in the video, then please like and subscribe for more videos like this. And let me know in the comments what movie I should talk about next. My name is Sway, I like anime, and peace.